Welcome to DB Empowerment. This is DB here. Just want to do this quick video because sometimes it's just better to talk to you guys on a journey like this. I'm driving to meet a client right now, and I just thought, okay, let me make this quick video. Okay, because some people have been asking me questions in Nigeria about business finance. Okay, the issue with Nigeria. The issue with Nigeria right now, even though it's not official, but I know it's underneath, there is credibility. But because it has not been standardized officially, so a lot of people can owe people and get away with it. In the Western world, that's what we call credit check. Like in America, if your credit score is not good, you can't get a loan to finance anything, not even a car. Maybe they can give you a car note, but they know they can always get the car back anytime. They put a tracker in the car, and so if you refuse to pay, they know where the car is located because that's a tracker. Okay, they just go over there and pick up the car. Anywhere the car is in United States. Okay, that's why they give the car notes, and they give you at a very high interest if your credit score is not good. For house, they will, if your credit score is not good, they probably will not give you a loan for a house. And if your credit score is moderate and they give you a loan, it's going to be a high interest and you're going to pay a higher deposit, right? Usually they request that you put 20% down for the house. So if your credit score is lower than the required, you're going to put more down, maybe 30%, maybe 40%, because they're going to use your house as a collateral, because they own the house until you pay back the house, pay back the loan, right? Now, there's credibility in Nigeria because I was able to build my credit with people I'm doing business with. It's called integrity, your word. When you give your word, you do it. But because it's not standardized, there's no official way you can hold somebody to something, except maybe you take the person to court. And the court process is not it's not the best in Nigeria. You can be in court for years. They keep adjourning the cases and bribing the police, bribing the judge and all that. It's a mess. So right now, if we want to finance a business person in Nigeria, how do we do it? Number one, there are certain things that has to be met. You must have been doing that business, that same business you want a finance for at least 5 years. Now, I didn't tell you if you want to finance a business in America, it's the same. You must have been doing that business for at least 5 years before any bank will finance you. Okay? Even people that are starting up business for the first time, they must have a very good business plan, and they must have put their money there to be running the business to produce a kind of results. Okay, like you guys watch Shark Tank, right? If you have not done the business at all, you don't have a chance with Shark Tank. Similarly, you must have been running the business with your own money. You must have taken risk with your own money and your time before you can ask for an investor or a loan or a partner to partner with you in that business. Okay, and of course it must have been it must be a very good idea, a viable idea. So rule one is you must have been in business for at least 5 years. Okay, you must have produced some results that's documented and verifiable. You should be able to verify that result. Okay, how do we verify the result? We look at your bank account. How's money going in and how's money coming out? Okay, and people talk bank accounts, so that means you will give us a permission to request for your account statement directly from the bank. And so that's it. That's number two. You must have been doing the business, right? That's number one. Then you must have produced some kind of results, some kind of progressive results. So not necessarily that you make profit. If it's going to be like a very big business, you might not make profit initially. But if it's a small business, yeah, you should be able to make a profit even the first year. The profit might be little, but you should be able to make profit, right? So that means you have a track record of running a business and making profit for 5 years, right? So what you want to do is to expand the business. So we only finance business expansion at this stage. We don't finance startup. We only finance people that have been in business that they want to expand on their business. So you have a business plan, a comprehensive business plan. You have your track records, your sales record, your business performance records for 5 years. Then we can talk, right? So we have to sit you down for a comprehensive interview. Want to see whether you know your numbers, whether you even understand your business plan, or whether you understand the business model, right? So, and what we do is we go and investigate to that business, and I call somebody that is in that business as a consultant to come and be part of the interview panel. Okay, so in that case, all your documents have to be intact, and of course you must have 20% down. That is, if you want also finance a business of say 10 million naira, so you must have 20%. That's 2 million naira seated in the bank, right? And you know how it goes. You cannot go and borrow money to put in the bank, because all those we are going to verify that this is actually your money, not borrowed money. 2 million for a 10 million, that's 20%. I do that for people I even know. For people I don't know, you must have 30%, at least 30% down. And we're gonna own that business, right? If we're gonna buy an asset, we're gonna own that asset, right? So if we are incorporating, if say an incorporated business, we're gonna own certain percentage of the shares depending how we value the business. Okay, so if the business has no value initially, and you want a 10 million naira, that means if we are putting 80%, which is 8 million down, we're going to own 80% of the business. So we are the majority, so we control the business. Okay, so you will be the executor of the business. You are running the business, right? But we own the assets. Do you understand? We own the assets. Okay, so we can work out a repayment of a loan, right? So it's going to be like a form of a loan, but we own the assets. That's our collateral. That's how we can collateralize it, until you can pay back the loan. Okay, and all this has to be documented legally, because if anything goes wrong, we can recover at least part of our money by taking up the assets. Okay, so we have the loan. You have the loan. We own part of the assets, right? The majority of the assets, we work out a repayment plan such that when you pay back, we fully pay back the loan, you can request, I mean, it depends on you. If you want us to be part of the business entirely, in which case we prefer, because a lot of people don't know how to do business, so you can be able to have the benefit of training, of guidance, of mentorship, so that you will not, that's years of experience we have in business, we can give it to you. I mean, and that's the whole sum. That's big money. That's even worth more than the money we are putting down. Those years of experience, those guidance, those step-by-step guide, those wisdom of years in business that we are giving to you. So we can give that to you as a partner, right? So, and you have a chance to purchase back part of the shares of the company to be a majority shareholder. Or if you want to own the company entirely in the future and you're able to pay back the loan, of course you have to pay back the loan at an interest. The interest might not be as high as what they are charging in Nigeria, because we're trying to help people, but there will be an interest, right? There'll be an interest, because that's the time value of money. We have to put that there, okay? So inflation and all that, we have to factor that in, right? So when we do that and we have everything legally documented, okay, the expenses we're going to run in correcting some of those things, we're going to share those expenses together, okay? So some people will say, hey, we bear most of the expenses, we just bear a little of those expenses, all those legal charges to be able to do all the documentation and all that, we share it together, right? And once you put everything in place and you can defend your business plan successfully, then we're in business, right? We're in business. This is so important. I've seen some friends of family, yes, they ask me, oh, why are you being strict? Because we are your friends. No, that's why you're your friends does not mean you know how to do business. And I don't want to waste my money because I borrowed the money from somewhere. I'm just using this to help. So if I borrow the money and they even put me under stricter conditions that I'm giving to you, right? So I have to make sure I don't lose the money, okay? Even the Bible expects us to be shrewd in giving out a loan. Say you don't give a loan to somebody that does not have the ability to pay back. So all we are doing, all those things we are doing, the documentation and all that is to ascertain the ability of you paying back. Okay? Not only to ascertain, to make sure that you actually pay back the loan. Okay? For some family members, I might not charge an interest just to help them. And interest rate in Nigeria is very high. It's like 30% or something. 22 to 30%, right? So it's very high. So if I can give that out, say I'm not taking that, you know what that means? That means on every year I'm losing 30% of the value of that money. So that tells you a lot. But the other factors will still be there. Because the other factors are the ones that will help you to be able to do business the right way. You have to keep your books appropriately. We have to inspect the books. And meanwhile, you know, I'm going to be paying somebody that'll be doing all that, an auditor. I'm going to be paying an auditor, and I'm not even charging you for that. I'm paying it just to make sure that everything is okay, right? So I'm not charging family members of that. But if you're not a family member, of course, the auditor money will be part of the expenses, business expenses. Okay? But generally I told people never expect anything free. Once you get something free, you don't treat it well. So usually I don't like giving anything free because people don't appreciate anything that is free, right? But family members, just to train them, I might afford to give them for free loan, but not free money. Not free money. I want my money back because I have to pay back the loan myself. So it's not free money. It's just that it's interest free. Right? I hope you got that. Okay? So to ascertain that the money is paid back is difficult in Nigeria, right? So we'll try our best to put some guides in place. Okay? I usually employ a manager that will be in charge of the business, of the day-to-day. You know, no money goes out of the account without approval, and no money is given directly to the owner operator. No, we don't give money directly to the owner operator. You know, if the owner operator wants to buy anything, we go and buy it. Okay, we go and buy it, and the assets will be in our name. You know. And of course, we can turn back the assets once the loan is fully paid. All those ones will be in the documentation, so there's no need to worry about that. You know, all those will be in the legal documentation that we'll return back to the assets, ownership of the assets. Right? I hope that answers some of the questions you were asking me. If you have any other question, you can put in the comments or send me an email directly. Then I'll be more than willing to explain and expatiate. Okay? All right. You have a good day. Bye.